Hi guys, it's Hayden, and today I'm going to be reflecting on my 2022 goals and setting my 2023 goals. I am a college student, and so a lot of my content and my goals for the upcoming year is about college and just like lifestyle goals for a college student. So if that interests you, make sure to stay along and watch the rest of the video. So last year I did film like a 2022 goal setting video, and if you're curious about that, I can link it in this video, but I'm also going to be talking about a lot of the things that I talked about in that video while I'm reflecting on 2022. I had 6 different categories. They were YouTube, financial, creative, health, education, social. Okay, so first, my financial goals were to have 3 income streams and get Google AdSense, which I accomplished both of those goals. I have 3 income streams, so that was my summer job. I worked as a waitress, and I'm actually doing that currently over my breaks. And then I also have an Etsy store and getting Google AdSense. So those are my 3 income streams. And then my other goal was Google AdSense. I also accomplished that by hitting 1,000 subscribers, which actually goes into my next category, and that is my YouTube category. So my 2 YouTube goals were to hit 1,000 subscribers and post 1 to 3 times weekly. And I did hit 1,000 subscribers. I'm actually at 1,022 at the time that I am recording this video. So I barely made it, but I made it. And then the posting 1 to 3 times a week just did not happen. So for my education section, my goals were to maintain a 3.5 GPA, to review my work 15 to 30 minutes a day. The other one was to read 5 books. And so I did maintain over 3.5 GPA. Woohoo! And then the other thing was reviewing material for 15 to 30 minutes a day. I didn't do this every day, I'm gonna be honest. By the time I was in bed, or by the time the end of the day was, the last thing I wanted to do was do any more work, so that just didn't really happen. And then the reading 5 books, the 5 books that I read was The Richest Man in Babylon, The Defining Decade, which is actually probably one of my favorite books I've ever read. It's so good. I'm not much of a reader, so I don't know how much that really plays into that, but I just felt like it was very relatable. The other books were The Universe Has Your Back, Choose Yourself, and Bad with Money. So then for my social goals, my goals were to make more friends in Florida, branch out more, and plan more study dates. And I definitely think that I did a lot more studying in group situations and just did a better job of kind of being social in studying as well, rather than being like a hermit. And then the other things was just branching out more. I joined 2 different organizations on my campus to meet more people, and so I definitely think I put myself out there more and did that. And then the other thing was meeting people in Florida, and I did actively actually try to make friends in Florida and have made friends with my coworkers and whatnot, so I definitely have made more connections in Florida. So then my next category is health. My goals were to work out 1 to 3 times a week, to drink 2 hydros a day, to eat more natural foods, and go outside at least once a day. So the only one of that category that I didn't complete was the drink 2 hydros a day. And honestly, I probably did drink a lot of water throughout the year, but I definitely don't think I always hit that 2 hydros a day mark. And then my last section was creative, and that was drawing weekly and doing more creative writing, which honestly, I kind of forgot that I even set this goal and didn't do either of them. So basically, in my reflection of 2022, I think that there's a lot of things that I did well in, specifically the goals that had a concrete numerical amount. So like 1,000 subscribers, 5 books, things like that. I was able to do a lot easier because I had a number in my head that kind of told me this is where I need to hit, and so I would work to that. I think the things that were very general, it was a lot harder for me to stick to. So learning from what I had learned in 2022, I am now going to be talking about my goals and intentions for 2023. I definitely have implemented some of the things that I learned about myself from last year, including the fact that I need to set numerical amounts of things to hit and just kind of changing around some of the categories that I had. Okay, so now I'm going to be talking about my goals for 2023. So first, I'm going to start off with financial goals. So I have 3 different things that I want to accomplish financially in the next year, and that is to make $12,000. I think this past year I made around 8,000 to 10,000. I definitely definitely think this is doable, but I also think that I kind of would need to put in a decent amount of work to be able to achieve this. But then the other thing that kind of goes along with this is to have 5 income streams. This past year I had 3 and I want to add 2 more to get to 5. I don't know what those are yet, but I feel like I can figure that out. One of my other goals is to make $50 passively in one singular day. And I think that this is quite a stretch if I'm being honest. On Google AdSense and making about $1 passively a day. I sometimes will make money off of my Etsy. So like, I think the best day I've ever had on Etsy was like $10. So collectively, I make about $11 passively on a good day. And so making $50 passively in one day is actually a really big goal, but I do feel like I can do it, and we will see how that unfolds as well. As you can see, I'm like, we're just gonna see how that unfolds. I'm just putting it out there into the universe. My YouTube goals for the year is to hit 2,000 subscribers. And I know that it's basically adding 1,000, which my goal last year was 1,000, but I'm starting off with about 1,000. So it literally is actually getting 1,000 subscribers in a year. And I know that last year, the posting 1 to 3 times weekly didn't go that well. And so I decided that instead of saying, oh, I need to post weekly, that there's actually a numerical number of videos I want to post in the year. And the goal is to get to 100 videos on my channel. I believe currently my channel has like 55. I do think it's hard to post once a week when I'm at school, especially some weeks it's just like there's not something to video, honestly, and there's exams and whatnot. So I don't want to put that extra pressure on myself. My other YouTube goal is to get 1 brand sponsored video. I feel like I could do it. I actually get emails about sponsorships from like kind of sketchy accounts, honestly. Like I've said no to those, but I do think that it is attainable for me to get some kind of promoted video. My school goals are very similar to what it was last year. So it's to maintain over a 3.5 GPA. I want to double how many books I read last year. So I read 5 last year, and this year I want to read 10. And then my other goal is to get a job at school, which I guess is kind of a financial goal too, but I have already put in job applications for this upcoming semester. So socially, I have a few fun things actually that I'm trying to do. First off, I'm trying to fix my social and school life balance. I feel like sometimes I kind of put one on the back burner as I'm focusing on the other, and I feel like I just need to do a better job of giving both 50-50 time throughout the school year. And then my other goal is less time on social media and more time being social. And then I want to do 100 days of rejection therapy. The goal is to ask people kind of random things, favors, asking if you can get a burger refill or if you can jump on the mattresses at a store. You go into it thinking that you're going to be rejected, and so the whole point is to be desensitized from rejection, and I think I'm probably going to do it over the summer since the summer is 4 months long, and yeah, that's about 100 days. My other category is health. My goals of health are to work out 1 to 3 times a week, to work on my gut health. I've noticed that I break out a lot when my gut isn't doing well. In fact, right now I have like pretty heavy acne going on. I think that my gut has a tendency to work up, and it kind of shows it on my face. So in the next year, I really want to work on my gut health. And then my other goal is to go outside at least once a day. And once again, it's to drink 2 hydros a day. And then my last category is miscellaneous. And so I have 2 things in my miscellaneous section, and one is to start a podcast. I've been wanting to start a podcast for a while. And then my other thing is to travel to 4 places besides Michigan and Florida. I already know for one that I am going to Mexico this year, which I am financing myself. I am going to spring break in Puerto Vallarta, and I will definitely be posting a video about that. However, I don't know what the other 3 places are going to be, but I do want to just travel. So with that being said, that is the end of my video. I hope that this kind of gave you some insight on how a college student can kind of frame their goals, what a college student level goal kind of seems like. And with that being said, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe down below. I hope you have an amazing day, and I love each and every one of you. Mwah.